When she stepped into the hall, he was greeted by Frank in his office, who had placed several photos on the table. They were the girls who looked the most like Becky. Eli looked at Frank. Frank said, "They sent these to me from different places. It surprised me that one person could have so many looks. I arranged for them to be brought here." Eli picked up one of the photos and said, "That's interesting. Is there a reason you moved the move date forward? Aren't you ready?" "I always have everything ready." "Okay. It's a client's request. The money is ready and in cash. And I'm a businessman too. You gathered all these people so quickly. Amazing. When are you going to move them?" "Tomorrow at 8 a.m. Ellie put the photo on the table and walked to the door. "So, I'll see you tomorrow," Frank said, inviting her to sit on the chair. "Miss Ellie, stay longer. I have a gift for you. I know you don't like many of these things, but you'll love this one." Ellie walked to the chair. Frank poured a drink into a crystal-stemmed glass and held it out to Ellie. "No alcohol." And he smiled. Ellie took it. The door opened. One of Frank's men entered with a girl with a collar around her neck and walking on all fours. Frank said to the girl, "They are going to be your new masters, if you can win their hearts. You're lucky. Understand?" The girl barked without raising her head. The man came to Ellie and pulled the collar and said, "Go." The girl came forward and suddenly started kissing and licking Ellie's boots. Her face was contorted, but she did not react. The man pulled her back by pulling the strap. The girl had long, straight, shiny black hair, and was wearing a tank top and shorts. She had a well-toned, and beautiful body. Frank looked at Eli's hesitant face and, in order to convince her, said, "Her name is Sonia. She is 23 years old. She worked as a fitness trainer. She sold herself as a pet because of her family's debt and to get rid of the loan sharks. She was not kidnapped and completely obedient. She is a virgin and untouched. They pay a lot of money for such a girl. How can I say it? My heart aches for her. That she fell under the hands of Mr. and Mysteries, nightclubs, brothels. I kept this in mind for you, because I know your and your father's morals." Ellie turned to the girl. "Raise your head. I want to see your face." She raised her face, her eyes drawn. Her lips well proportioned, with light brown pupils. Sonia tried not to look directly into Ellie's eyes as her master. Ellie said again, "Stand up, and slowly turn around." Sonia obeyed. Her sides smooth and fat-free, her stomach well-proportioned with muscles that gave it a special beauty. "That's enough." The girl got back on all fours. Frank looked at Ellie, who nodded in agreement. He put a sheet of paper on the table and filled in the blank for the buyer with Ellie's name, wrote against the payment method, cash on delivery, and signed the bottom of the sheet, turned it towards Ellie, and she signed the sheet as the buyer. Frank handed her the first sheet and smiled. The man handed her the leash. He bowed respectfully and left. Sonia sat down on the floor at his feet like a dog. Frank said, "This is the training we gave all pets, boys and girls, men and women. Until their master gives permission, they cannot talk and only have to bark or meow and nod, bring newspapers or whatever with their mouths, eat from a bowl like dogs and cats. This girl belongs to you now. You can change her if you don't like it." Ellie said, "Okay. Give her a coat or a long dress to wear. I don't want to take her like this. I also have a driver with me. I don't like it. Her attention should be on this girl instead of driving." Frank nodded and pressed the button on his desk. This time a woman entered the room. "Give this girl a long dress to wear. Not open, just long enough to reach her knees." The woman held out her hand to Eli. He gave her the leash and they left. Frank said, "She's a very beautiful girl. It's true that I'm a businessman and I don't care about their fate, but some of them, like this girl, sacrifice themselves for others. I try to choose their masters carefully, so that they don't fall into the hands of wild and capricious people, and if I don't like anyone, I keep them for myself and here. After all, I paid for them. Yes, she's a beautiful girl. She's older than me. Thank you. Please. After a while, the doorbell rang and they entered. Ellie got up and went to Sonia. She untied her leash and said to Frank, "I'll be here tomorrow at 8 o'clock with my men when I load them. I'll wait for you. See you tomorrow." Ellie said to Sonia, "Come with me." They left the building. The driver opened the door in front of Ellie, and after a while they returned to the camp.